Hello. Today we are going to learn how to use connotation to build our vocabulary. Connotation is similar to metaphor. It is using a word to conjure up an image or feeling. It is the opposite of denotation. Denotation is when you use a word in its dictionary definition or literal form. For example, if I say the word snake in its literal form, you're probably thinking of the reptile that scurries around in the grass, right? But I could also use snake in its connotative form. And I could be talking about another person, like my enemy, and I could say that he's a snake, which means that he's a liar, or like a bad person, or evil, right? So, now let's use connotation to build our vocabulary. Yay! No. See, speaking with an expanded vocabulary is not about using big fancy words, but it is about using words you already know in their non-literal form. Poets do this. So now I'm going to introduce someone using connotation. And you're going to see that it's going to be more interesting and poetic. We could even do it about somebody in a bad way. Like we could make it negative. We'll pick an image of somebody from the internet who's very evil. And we're going to talk about him using connotation. Talking bad about him. Kids, don't try this at home. And then we're going to talk about this man using denotation, and it's going to be dull and boring because we're not going to have any metaphor. Now, let's do an example so you'll get what I'm talking about if you haven't gotten it already. So, here's the image of this evil man. Okay, let's give an illustration of this man. We could say he's an exploration into all that is wrong with men. He oozes filth and garbage in everything he says and does. He makes no bones about being obnoxious. He's bestial in nature and he has no emotions. Means he doesn't cry. He is a stick in the mud, unkind and unfriendly. Okay, did you hear that? So I introduced this evil man using connotation. Now I'm going to do the same introduction of this man, but without any metaphor or connotation, and it's going to be boring. So here, let's talk about this man. This man he's all that's wrong with men. He is just bad and horrible in everything he says and does. He's very obnoxious and he has no emotions. He doesn't laugh or cry. He is unkind and unfriendly. There, did you see how boring that was that time when I introduced the guy without using any poetic language? So, you see the difference? Now let's review. Today you have learned how to use the following vocabulary words. And those vocabulary words are words that you already knew, but you didn't know how to incorporate them into your speaking and expression, but now you do. Words such as illustration, exploration, oozes, garbage, bones, bestial, stick, and mud. Those were the words that we incorporated into our speaking today, but we used them in a metaphorical way, in a different way. So you see, you have now expanded your English vocabulary and your ability to speak in English by using words that you already know. Thank you for listening. This is Brian. Please comment below if you have any questions. Like and subscribe to the page. And remember, that's Brian with an I before the A. Okay? Not an A before the I. I'm not a brain. I'm a bri. Why would I put the A before the I? Bye-bye.